Everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Wednesday, May 29th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I'm your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Happy hump day, everybody. We humped it up for a long week, and now we're humping it up on a Wednesday. Hump it up. So happy to have you here on a Wednesday. Sorry, man.
Hi, you threw it to me. What's going on here? I'm trying to fix audio, but it's not working great. Oh, I can hear you, Sean. I couldn't hear Brian at all. Hi, guys. Hey, everybody in the chat. Hi, Brian's super humpy, right? I guess that's because it's Wednesday.
Can you hear me
now? I don't know if Brian can hear me, but I'm back here in the trunk. I've been shining up. Yeah, I can hear you now, Brian.
I don't know what happened.
I was just about to tell everyone that that I've got a little sunburn. I've been shining up
when
bicycles.
The resident intellectual is on. What's up, Mike?
Pappy, I just I'm shining up a couple of bicycles to sell on Craigslist. That's how I spent my day. I didn't have to work.
Oh, nice. That's really nice. That's cool, Mike.
Yeah.
You sound like you're in a cave, Brian.
I saw him in a cave.
Yeah.
To me,
it's definitely coming in from the wrong receiver there, Mike. Right.
What the hell is happening with my audio right now? Something we off, I think, for a second.
There you go. There you
No,
go.
that's
man, it's gone.
bad again. Oh, let's see. Why don't we talk to everybody in the chat here? Hey, Racer, nice to see you, buddy. GR, Thirsty Daddy himself. Look at everybody. We got a real crew tonight.
I'm gonna refresh.
Of course.
Yeah, that's better.
You guys are better?
You're better.
Yeah, you're 100%.
Oh, weird. I didn't do anything. Anyway, it's good to see you, Mike. Also joining us back, you heard him. It wouldn't be a Wednesday if we didn't have our comic book king, Mr. Sean Sutherland. How you doing, Sean?
Hi, Angel.
Hello. Good to see everybody. I've got my cat on my lap. Pretty tired. It's been a long day. I'm happy to be here. Good to be here. Gonna get the energy up. Just give me a second. Just gotta get the area.
Hey, Sean.
Peppy, it's good to see you as always. Everybody in the chat, hello. Yeah, can't wait to get into it. Another Wednesday. I'm gonna be here. It's Kruse Control.
Yeah, Sean is in the house.
It's gonna be good, man.
Yeah, there's your energy.
That'll totally get you there. I appreciate you being here. It's going to be a fun time. Hopefully everything in the cosmos is good now. I don't know what the hell is happening right there. I thought it was good. It felt good. It felt nice, but all of a sudden it wasn't so nice. Even though it's Wednesday, it should feel nice when I say it should be nice as I hump it up on a nice Wednesday. I'm just saying. I don't know. It's really weird, but thank you all for being here on Kruse Control. We appreciate you as always. You know what? It is Wednesday, but it doesn't matter what day it is, right, guys? It doesn't matter. It could be any day of the week. It could be a Monday. It could be a Tuesday. It could be a Saturday, a Sunday. It could be a day we don't know about. Leprechaun Day. I don't know.
What?
But you know what happens?
You're saying it could be any of these days. What
It could be
could
any
be talking about?
Valentine's Day, Christmas morning day, days that end with a Y when you're with somebody that makes you feel special.
Days of our lives.
Days of our lives.
Days of our
like
lives.
sands through the hourglass.
There it is. Oh, we almost hit it at the same time. That was cool.
Oh, it was close.
All those days are included on days that we have a lot of breaking news. Come on. All right, the very first thing we'll talk about is Eminem. Eminem, Slim Shady himself, is releasing his first single off his new 12th album, On Friday. That's right. It's called Houdini. And this whole album talked about before is about killing Slim Shady. So it's like, will Slim Shady be done after this? We don't really know, but that's the name of the album, The Death of Slim Shady. And he had a little tweet. He came out there. He said, well, for my last trick, I'm going to make my career disappear. So is this the end of him, or maybe just another good stunt coming forward? Probably a great stunt. I'm hoping it's a great album. But the first track, the single, is released on Friday. Another one, the rest of it comes out later this summer. But something else says later, and will eventually come out. I don't really know. Is Blade, because Blade now is having more script rewrites again, which they just can't win. It's Mahershala. Oh my God, Ali. How you say his name, Sean?
Ali. There you go. You got it.
I'll just butcher it. You're butcher
close.
everything.
Close enough.
Oh, it's so close. But he's still attached to this whole thing. And they've gone through multiple script rewrites because he hasn't been happy with it. They fired directors. They changed. Remember, I was working on Ant-Man Quantumania, and they had let go like the first AD who was working on Ant-Man. He was supposed to go to Atlanta. He got there. He started working, and then they fired him, and they had to replace him. So they've just been switching people constantly. And he's worked a lot for Marvel, so it doesn't make any sense. There's very indecisive about the script. It was supposed to come out in November of 2023, delayed to February 14th, 2025. And it's like, will it come out in 2025? I don't really know if it will. We'll have to wait and see. But now officially, it was December. Now it's February. Now it's pushed to November 7th, 2025. There's just so many days for this. I hope it does come out. And there's rumors he might be in Deadpool, but we'll have to wait and see. Everybody's rumored to be in there too. But, maybe they just need AI to write the script. Maybe it'll work out. But I mean, Netflix might be happy with that because, Ted was talking about this and he was saying that he doesn't hate AI. He thinks it's a great thing, and he thinks that it's not going to take humans' jobs away. But the humans that don't actually work with AI are the ones that lose their jobs. So those are the people that just can't advance. If you can't figure out how to work with it, integrate it into your career, then you're not going to have a job moving forward because that's what you need, he says, to make this AI work in this AI machine for Hollywood. I just think that it's going to be a good tool to move forward, but we just got to be careful with it, of course, as we talk about a million times on here. That's Jeffrey Wright, because he was over there in Westworld, and of course, AI was really messing shit up over there and blowing some bitches up. But now, Jeffrey Wright is coming over there to take on his role from the Last of Us video game. That's right, Season 2, he's come on to play the same role that he had voiced over for the video game Last of Us 2, which is insane. Isaac coming back for the character of Isaac.
The VO, I didn't realize.
The VO.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, the VO, the Washington Libertarian Front. He's coming to be the leader of the militia again, once again, to be the live action version. I think it's fantastic. If you got a character, a caliber of actor like him, why would you not bring him back in? So pretty fantastic news for the gamers and for, I would say, the audience too, because it's a big talent to move on for this. But, actors are fucking great. But sometimes they say they can retire them. They actually don't. And that's what's about Dylan Minnette, because if you know 13 Reasons Why he was lead this, I remember he did a couple different shows, but 13 Reasons Why, the character of Cole, he was on there for the whole time. He said he got burnt out and he retired to go play music. And he says he might come back, but if you're wondering where he's been recently, he said he's got his band right now and he's going to let that simmer for a while. And as long as they're having a good time, if that gets stale, maybe he'll come back to acting. But honestly, these actors, they say they can retire, but they never actually do retire. So again, a lot of people love being your spot, man. You're in the freaking great show like that, big limelight. You walk away. It might be tough coming back, but hopefully it works out for you. But it wasn't tough for Jim Parsons to step back into being Sheldon, because he did come back for one more run. It hasn't aired yet, but they have shot it. And it's the final of all this. And I know he said that for him, it's probably it. It's probably it. But he said never say never. He did have a fun time coming back to shoot. And people keep asking him, he was being interviewed, and he said this reincarnation, it's a next life for this character, but never say never, but life is long. Hopefully it's long, God willing, and I don't know what the future does bring. So hopefully Old Sheldon might come back. We got old. That's a good spinoff right there. Old Sheldon is perfect. Maybe that's what David Lynch is working on. Probably not. But David Lynch said he's got something brewing, everybody. Something brewing. Something in the air, David Lynch. Of course, the last thing that came out from him, it's been a little bit of time. That was, of course, the latest edition of what's that? Twin Peaks. Yeah, it was Twin Peaks: The Return. But now he's got something lingering, something happening in June. He's wrapped it up. There's been talk about some kind of animated production that he's been working on, trying to pitch and sell. So maybe that's what it is. But he hasn't said much beyond that. He put a little Instagram post up there. We'll wait and see what it is. Hopefully it's good. David Lynch, I expect big things from you. I hope it's good. I also expect big things from Lady Gaga and Joker too, because being a musical, it makes sense that she would be Lady Gaga. I mean, it makes sense, the character casting for me. Joaquin Phoenix is fantastic in this role. She came forward to say it's her own adaptation, something different never seen before, and she felt very close to the character because it just felt like it was meant to be. And I do hope that it's great. I had some people at work one day talking about how what's going to be bigger, like this, or maybe something else. Like, what can beat this year? Like, what's gonna be the biggest box office smash? People are saying maybe Furiosa, and that didn't do that well. So yeah, that's not gonna be it. Maybe it'll be Gladiator 2 that comes out this year as well. Maybe that will be something bigger. I don't know, but I hope this is gonna be great, and I can't wait to see her as Harley Quinn. But speaking of crazy psychopathic people, I want to talk about the Rebel Moon makeup artist boyfriend who just stabbed her like 20 fucking times and tried to kill her. Now, this is fucking nuts. This is one of those things where she was working a Rebel Moon makeup artist for multiple years, and Ali Shehorn, and she met this background artist. They apparently hit it off, and then just recently she was found on her bathroom floor, stabbed like 20 times. And luckily, she survived everybody. She made it through. She's been in intensive care, the last surgeries, and she has survived this whole thing. He was on the run, and they actually caught him like in Texas on his way to Mexico trying to escape. Piece of shit that he is. There's a GoFundMe page out there for her right now. There was a restraining order against him already when this went down. Stabbed her in the neck, arms, and across the abdomen. So pretty fucked up 20 times. I'm happy she's okay, and our thoughts and prayers go out to her. But speaking of stabbing, I Know What You Did Last Summer is coming back, everybody, and Jennifer Love Hewitt is in negotiation.
Great segue, as always, Brian. Yeah.
Speaking about coming back, she's talking to them. She's had multiple phone conversations. They're pretty much, we have great ideas for you. And she says she's not locked in yet, but she's very excited and tantalized to come back to this role one more time because she knows what they did last summer still. In this reboot. So hopefully it's good. If you love the franchise, ready for her to come back maybe one more time. She's saying it's a good possibility. And you know what? Good for her. Because somebody that actually probably never wants to come back to South Park is Lizzo, everybody. But Liz, I don't know if you saw this. South Park had the whole thing about Ozempic. And I'm going to play you something for a second because Lizzo was on this. And they're saying if you can't afford Ozempic, you can get the Lizzo.
I'm really that bitch. I'm really that bitch. I really showed the world how to love yourself and not give a fuck to the point where these
and
men
she's
in
happy.
Colorado
She just likes the
know who the
representation.
fuck I am and put it on their cartoon that's been around for 25 years.
Cool down
I'm
there.
really that bitch, and I'll show y'all how to not give a fuck, and I'm gonna keep on showing you how to not give a fuck.
Cool.
Liz.
Lizzo.
For you.
Good for you, Lizzo, for keeping it real and South Park still hitting people hard after all these days.
That's
just like
positive. I think everybody was feeling pretty good in that interaction, right?
I think so too. She just better not show up at a Chuck E. Cheese anytime soon because they might go harder at her. But Chuck E. Cheese is having some issues with their animatronics being taken away. And there was an outroar about this, everybody. The ban, the Chuck E. Cheese ban. And so Chuck E. Cheese is now restoring them for 5 locations. So if you miss that creepy Freddy got fingers, I was going to say, Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic mess, it's still going down with all the characters. You know, Chuck E. as the frontman, Jasper T. Jowls as the guitarist, Helen Henny as the vocalist, and Pascali as the drummer. I don't care if it's Mr. Munch on keyboard. I don't know about Mr. Munch. But you'll see them still in
band. Come on.
You can still see them in all their glory in Northridge, California, Nantucket, New York, Pineville, North Carolina, Springfield, Illinois, and Hicksville, New York. So guys, Chuck E. Cheese, the creepy machine, is here to stay. Bob, breaking news, everybody! A lot of breaking news.
What a wide gamut, Brian. I gotta say, like, your Google alerts has gotta be insane. Just to kind of get this kind of shit together. You're collecting so much good shit. My God.
I'm trying my best, but you know, that's what the business is. You never know what it's going to be about because it's breaking news, right? A lot of breaking news. And I can't wait to see what everybody thinks about it right now. And this is that time, everybody. We'll put that 1 minute on Mike's clock. The US like to say, is there?
Here's the clock.
Just Mike's clock. Ready, Mike?
Yeah. I'm going free form today.
Mike's hot takes.
The Lizzo.
That's just the intro. Now it's time for those hot takes. And this is that time for that 1 minute on the clock for my guests to have that 1 minute to break down all the latest breaking news and their hot takes in that 1 minute. They hit every topic in that 1 minute. That's 12 topics in 1 minute. It seems like a lot. I know it does, but I believe in them. I think they can do it. And if they can't, that buzzer will go off, the bomb blow up, and their time will be up. And, then, guys, they just lose. And it's up to you. They can still win up to you because we give people, losers fighting chances still. Is that...
Losers? What? I mean, your guests are both like, losers in the context of this particular segment. So that was for you. Those horns have your name on them, Brian.
We actually have a shot.
Exactly.
Sabrina's not here.
It's very true. It's very true.
It's anyone's game.
At least one winner.
Anyone's game. Yeah.
Someone's gonna win, and I can't wait to see who will win. Can you guys hear this? I can't hear this.
Yeah, I hear that.
Weird, I can't hear it today. Something weird's happened in my system. Something weird. And Sabrina might pop in. We'll have to see what happens there. Maybe she'll make hot takes. Maybe she won't. But Mike, who's gonna go first for the hot takes?
Wait, I get to select now? Sean's going first.
Fuck. All right. Yeah.
Oh, you thought you had the second slot.
Right, Lexi. Okay, Sean. Are you ready for these hot takes? You're loose, you're limber, you're ready to smash some wood and then chop down some trees and then smile and maybe kiss a baby?
Yes.
Okay, all of the above. All right, here we go. I believe in you. It's time for those hot takes. All right, Sean, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
All right, Eminem, if having Borat's ass in your face didn't end your career, let's see what you do next. Very excited about that. Blade is never going to come out. Sorry, I just don't see it happening. Master Ali is probably going to get tired of this project and drop out due to scheduling. It's just taking way too long. No one gives a shit anymore. Netflix on AI, it's coming, guys. AI is going to be here. It's going to be a bitch. It's going to take a lot of jobs, and it's going to be terrible, and people are going to lose their shit. Jeffrey Wright, I love it. I love that Last of Us has honored the fact that the video game meant so much and has recast a lot of those people. All right, Dylan Minnette, cry. This is PR, so you'll probably get some more shit. Jim Parsons, I don't want to see any more Sheldon. Give Will Sasso his own show back. David Lynch, whatever you put out, make sure it's another sequel to Dune. Lady Gaga, it's going to be probably great. I hope so. Sorry about getting stabbed. Rebel Moon and Jennifer Love Hewitt, great. I can't. Brian, you killed that thing. Lizzo, that's all better news than you. Fuck it up. Fuck it all up. God damn it.
And Chuck E. Cheese?
So close.
The thing about Chuck E. Cheese is, it's just gone down a hill. Let's be honest. The pizza has never been great, and the arcade games just steal all your quarters. I'm sorry, guys. I let you all down.
Sincere in that last corner.
Yes, it's true. But
the one thing about the Lizzo thing, I want to say, if I can just steal a little bit of time since Sabrina's
Get
not
in
here,
there.
I'm gonna take 10 of her seconds for whenever she shows up. I think this is good for her, great, but the last thing that she was in the news for was all that shit about being really abusive to her background dancers. And that story hasn't really gone away, and it's probably gonna.
She's
get worse.
being sued still.
Of course she is, because it's terrible, terrible things that she's alleged to have done, and they have the receipts. So of course she wants to make a big stink of this because this gets stink off of something else. So there you go. Sorry guys, really let you down. My bad.
Yeah.
I got a worse thing to say about Lizzo.
What's up?
Who the fuck is Lizzo?
Oh shit!
Got us again, Mike. Got us again.
That's an indictment of myself. I'm just old.
It's true, Mike.
Wow!
Here's a question. So Lizzo is a Detroiter, so we're happy about that. Well, that's fine.
Yep.
Do you guys remember at Michigan State, Caesarland? Do you remember that?
Oh, that was Little Caesars, yeah.
It was Little Caesar's approach to Chuck E. Cheese, and it existed
How many
for
of those were there?
There
Not
were
a lot.
only 4 at the time we graduated college. The one in East Lansing got someone stole a bunch of money, and so they shut it down. But I got to dress up as the Caesar one time, and that's the closest I ever got to being a Chuck E. Cheese man. So
Chuck E. Cheese, please.
I don't know why I had to tell you that story, but there you go. Merry Christmas.
I want to derail the whole rest of the show and just talk about this now, Sean.
Oh, dude, I got
This
so
is
many good
interesting.
stories about Caesarland. I got so many good stories. It's so fun.
That's got to be a lot of foam. Like the Little Caesars guy, he's basically just a thick cylinder.
He's a big man.
He's a thick man. He's a thick man.
Moving
The
around
big nose.
I didn't. I didn't get any. This is before camera phones. This is before anyone was posting like terrible shit on the internet that wasn't like drinking at college parties. Like, yeah, that stuff stayed in the past, man. I don't know who the hell would have a picture of me in a Little Caesars costume. I'm sure AI can craft something up, but
we'll get on that. We'll get on that. We'll definitely get on that.
Prefer not to. All right.
Mental note.
Have it your answer.
I did learn that your nose never stops growing. Did you guys know that? What a weird fact.
What?
Your nose and your ears always keep growing. Yeah, for the rest of your life, they keep growing.
Oh.
So we had one random aside, Sean, and so Brian's all right, we're just have a random aside segment.
This is great. We're not even going to get to the rest of the show. This is good. Just more asides.
Mike, are you ready for your hot takes?
I'm so ready, Brian.
All right, man. I know you are. Here we go. No watermelon today, which I was waiting for some melon or something, some muskmelon.
I finished it up yesterday. It was on sale for Memorial Day, and it was good. Very thin rind, very sweet melon. It was good.
Right. Well, Mike, this one is for all the melons. Mike, are you ready for your hot takes? And he's like some dramatic, like what was that? Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Some music like that.
No.
All right, hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
I'm turning you down when that Mario shit happens. That always distracts me. Chuck E. Cheese. Okay, yeah, go to your local fur convention if you want to pick up one of these guys on secondhand market. That's going to be great. Great. Lizzo, yeah, who gives a whatever. More, I know what you did last summer. Didn't watch the first one. Violence is bad, so Rebel Moon, no good. Lady Gaga and Joker 2. I'm excited. I thought the first one was great. I am excited to see Harley Quinn. David Lynch being cryptic? What a surprise! Jim Parsons? Yeah, you could keep shoving $1 million bills up people's holes. They're gonna bring back shows. Dylan Minnette, he was a child actor, so you gotta give him a little bit of credit. Go play some music, kid. Jeffrey Wright, we love you. Don't have any mushrooms growing on you. Netflix and Ted Sarandos, yeah, whatever, man. They're not taking any jobs, or they're augmenting jobs. Who knows? Blade, 6 years. That's a long time. Eminem, 12th album, crazy.
Round 2.
Oh, what? What?
round 2. Are there 12 more topics?
Sudden death.
Well, I don't understand where you're going with this, Brian. 12 albums? Yeah. I don't know from Eminem. He's from Detroit. He's from 8 Mile. Mom's Spaghetti is what I know. Why are you giving me more time? What are you trying to accomplish over there in the next 15 seconds, Brian?
Anyways, Mike, everybody, good job for Mike.
He's buying his own ass time, clearly.
Wow.
Oh.
How's it
12.
feel?
Oh, success.
Success.
Oh, Pepe's still going to win.
Round of applause. Pepe, you gonna win today?
Why an extra 30 seconds, Brian?
I thought it'd be kind of fun. I just thought it'd be fun.
Honestly, I love the fact it's just chaos. Just do whatever you want.
I'll do hot takes when y'all sniff a butt.
It's true.
It's not happening.
He just has no faith in me, Sean. He was ready ahead of time. He's like, he's gonna need another 30 seconds.
You did it. You took like an
but I was there. I was already there. Like during the final day.
I'm not mad about it.
Sean, do you want 30 more seconds?
To do what?
To talk about that Little Caesar costume.
No, I'm good, man. I don't got no more. I don't save it for the Patreon. I don't know.
Okay. All right. I'm going to put it out there.
Book for the week. You want to do that?
This is head to head, 50-50, mano y mano. Who can win hot takes? Now, I didn't let this happen before. I did hot takes the first time last Friday, but I'm not doing that again. So I want to see one-on-one who wins hot takes, everybody. I'm going to start the poll right now, and we're going to find out. I was going to put Pepe in there. We're not going to do that. 50-50. Who wins hot takes? You let us know in the chat.
Let GR.
I should have put GR in there.
Put GR.
That'd been
put
great.
Pepe.
Yeah, put everybody else in there. The Lizzo thing, I think that is some the fact that all that stuff did go down with the dancers, and they're saying she's fat shaming them, making her dancers make out with each other at like strip clubs and shit like that. Who knows if those allegations are true? But maybe this is some weird karma coming back at her. Who knows? But then it is South Park because they just fuck with everybody. So it's like, the way I look at it is, you're not anybody until South Park's fucked you. I would love for South Park to fuck with me. Then I'd be like, I knew I made it. I know I made it. That's what I would think, right? Right, Mike? You made it. South Park fucking made fun of you. That's like a fucking gold star in your chart of fucking historical fucking career path.
Depends on what you're measuring your life by. I guess if you're measuring it in terms of
what do you want to accomplish?
Satirists?
Yeah, sure.
Try to accomplish the world here. That's what I'm saying. Accomplish the fucking world. Sean, what about this whole like Jeffrey Wright coming back? I never played the games, but the fact that he's coming back, are the video gamers like the actual fans that go fucking nuts about this news?
I think so. Like, if you even look at some of the original stunt casting, if you will, from season 1, right? You had the original voice actress of Ellie played Ellie's mom. Like, that was a huge moment in doing that. Troy Baker was in there. The guy that voiced the original Joel, right? Like, he played a little bit part, and watching him get killed on screen was amazing. But I think, like, honestly, like they're really being responsible and like just giving one to the fans here. I mean, aside from the fact that Jeffrey Wright's an amazing talent, fantastic guy, like. Yeah, I think this is great. I think it's wonderful that it's giving a shot in a spotlight, I think, on voiceover artists in general, and the fact that fans have those emotions tied into their initial introductions with these characters, and they're paying homage in their performances on screen. So I'm excited to see that.
Dude, I think it's gonna freaking rock the world, and I think you're right. It's going to be great, and I thank you for that take too. Because I haven't really played the games, and I saw this. I thought the same thing as Mike. I'm like, oh, that's great casting. I'm like, oh wait, he played the same part. What's up, Torbit? What's up, Ron? Good to see you. And I just think that's really cool.
He's great. He's an incredible actor. He's good in everything he's in.
It's funny, as I let this go, it gets more even. It's kind of funny as I let this keep going. But we do have a winner. I could close it right now. We'd have a winner. I should probably close it, right?
Sure.
All right. Closing the poll right now. The Kruse Control Nation has decided who wins Hot Takes today. Mano e mano, one-on-one, the duel of the ages has gone down. And now, on a hump day, we have a true winner of it all. For all the buttercups and all the butterflies. Let them fly, let them fly. The winner of Hot Takes, everybody, is... Mr. Mike Casey, our resident intellectual Mike. Good job. Happy Hot Takes. We get some chat love.
It wouldn't have been possible without this Lagunitas I'm drinking right now. That's great. I'm thrilled. Brian, you are extra random tonight, man. Like,
I don't know where this is coming from, dude. Yeah.
It's a real juxtaposition with the dichotomy of the format and the like. talking to Sean about the trees when he's got his Little Caesars action going on. I'm into that. I think we should explore those avenues.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Who knows? This is episode 203.
You're busy. You're working too hard.
And 203, baby.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot. But great Hot Takes. One more time. Round of applause. Thank you all for being here and for helping vote and taking Mike across the mountain, over the window, and through the woods to find his path to freedom. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you too, Sean. Sure. Great Hot Takes across the board, but there's a lot going on tonight. It is Hump Day. We missed you on a Wednesday, and a big thing happened over the weekend, and that is crickets at the box office. And that's not a good sign. So can we talk about the monumental blowout of not making any money over Memorial Day weekend for fucking AMC and everybody else out there in the business? So Furiosa came out this weekend, everybody. Furiosa came out. And I thought, it's going to be great. It's going to do good. And then it's going head to head with Garfield. It's Garfield and Friends. Like, who's going to win? And I thought it'd be Furiosa.
Ready to party!
We are. Yeah. And Furiosa did win, Mike. Did win. But not by much. And it was so bad. I mean, I saw the Furiosa and I actually really liked it. I think it was fun. The actual audio, the special effects. Chris Hemsworth, took me a second to get used to him. He's a little campy, but I think he did a great job too. Lots of great monologues. Again, Anya Taylor-Joy, awesome. Like those moments of, you know, she was saying she couldn't say much, but it made sense of the plot so well. But look at these numbers. Now, George Miller wanted to do another sequel, or it was actually another prequel to Fury Road with Tom Hardy coming back after this. It's already written, ready to go, called Wasteland. But this did so abysmal, he's like, I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I don't think it's going to happen. Look at these fucking numbers. 31.1 million was domestic for Garfield. 32 million for Furiosa. Whew. Worldwide, not good. Furiosa did make 64.8 million worldwide. But at $168 million budget before advertising, it's a huge fucking bomb. Now, of course, maybe it'll pick up next weekend, but people are probably trying to say that this happened. Like, Furiosa is, again, a spinoff of a spinoff. Is the audience there? Fury Road did good, but it didn't do that fantastic when we look at the numbers, actually. So maybe this movie just was doomed to start with. And then, overall, it's a, post-apocalyptic kind of desolate world. People want to see that right now, or they want to go out to theaters and see something that's going to make them smile and joyous. Well, it didn't work. They went to see Garfield, though, but then not a lot came out. And usually, Memorial Day weekend's a big weekend. The last time a movie did this bad was Casper back in 1995. It's like Casper numbers, guys. I love Casper. The Friendly Ghost, great movie. Bill Pullman, awesome. Yeah, great movie. But again, look at that numbers compared to this. That's a lot bigger budget, and it's a really big loss for Furiosa. And Garfield's happy. There's going to be a sequel. They already made, they started early. They already made 91.1 million. They already made 91.1 million overall, but that's also they started early openings overseas and stuff like that. And that budget was much smaller compared to Furiosa. So they're going to come back and do more. But is this a sign that people are just not going to go to the box office anymore? Like, you see it's supposed to be like a summer movie, like Furiosa does this bad. Sean, what do you think? Is this a bad news bears for the business?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, what's bringing people out to the movies anymore? We're getting these, takes on existing stories and characters that we've already seen before. Do we really need another Garfield movie? I mean, it's Chris Pratt, guys. We know what the fuck he's going to do with it. Right? Chris Pratt's Garfield, not Timothy Chalamet?
Yep, it's me, Chris Pratt.
Right?
I'm
either
Garfield.
Chris Pratt or Timothy Chalamet. Those guys are fighting for character supremacy.
Chalamet is Odie.
Yeah. Oh God damn it! I hope not. This was shit. Oh, that's scary. 9 years. This is 9 years after Fury Road came out.
Dude.
It's a little long, right? It's a little long to wait. I don't know. I think also people really appreciated and respected what Charlize Theron did with the role. And then I think to do it a prequel was an interesting choice. I think people wanted to see the continuation of that story first, and maybe you could have done some flashbacks and whatnot with this. But I don't know. The story, did it have to be told? I didn't see it. I didn't interest. I was my parents were in town, so I had to take them around Baltimore, and then I did fuck all on Monday because I was exhausted. I did see a Baltimore Rock Opera Society. If you're ever in town, original show. It's fantastic. Yeah, what's the I'm not really going to the movies much. I think I might go check out a Violent Nature.
What's that?
This weekend. It's like a horror. It's like a take on slasher movies, but from the POV of the killer, like the entire movie. Seems kind of interesting. But that's the kind of stuff I'm taking, risks at, I guess, by going to see the movies. Wasn't really in the mood for a Furiosa. I think what the movies really need, we need Will Smith back, right? We need him to retake the July 4th throne and make people excited. It's not going to work with Nicole Kidman commercials. And I just saw another terrible commercial the other day for some Regal theaters, I believe, and all it is just famous lines from movies, and it's the people saying it's very weird. It's very I don't understand why they did it, but there's no reason to go to the movie right now. Even Ghostbusters, that could have been a big thing, and I don't think that did as well as it could have either.
It didn't do well. It didn't do well either.
It's just down across the board, right? Is that what I'm getting? Nothing has been.
When it comes out, when you can watch it on your couch in 2 weeks, it's a lot easier to go. Yeah.
I saw Dune 2. I would have saw Dune 2 in the theater 30 times. But I ain't got time. I ain't got time.
But that's
that.
a really high bar, Sean.
Responsibilities. I know it is. Not every movie
that's
needs
the Peter Jackson bar.
No one, not everyone needs to be doing. But I don't need a Garfield movie. I might go see Furiosa, but again, yes, I think Mike's point is valid to kind of explore a little further, right? Like, what's the impetus to see it in theaters if it's just going to be on streaming next month, 2 months from now, right?
There's that.
Kind of, yeah.
100% that. But there's also, Sean, there's also the fact, like what Lexi's saying too. It's like, there's fluctuating pricing. Concessions are ridiculously expensive as it is. Sure. Well, that's been an ongoing thing. And, and people, like, it's so much money to go out to actually see a movie. And of course you have like the AMC A-list, and you got the Regal passes, and you got all these different ways to just, be able to go because you pay like a monthly fee, of course. But then it's just pricey. And people, maybe they're going out into the world a little bit more and not going to a movie theater to go watch these things. It's like, it's a nice Memorial Day weekend. What are you doing? Should we just go to the beach or should we go watch Furiosa?
Hopefully.
Which is a good sign for society, but not good for the box office. I would say, and I think people are probably freaking out. The business, of course, and George Miller apparently can't be happy right now. He's probably pissed off, $168 million. And you're like, what the fuck do I do now? I wrote the next script. I got Tom Hardy signed on to come back. What am I supposed to fucking do? And it's just tough. But Mike, do you think that there will be a turnaround though? Like, look at Barbie did fucking great still. People still go out to movies. That did amazing. So some movies have done well, but this is a big weekend, and maybe it just doesn't have the audience they expected these movies to have.
I don't know what determines these things, Brian. If it's just like, if it just happened that Barbie and Oppenheimer, like, because those we're talking about Dune, Sean, like those were both Dune, visually sumptuous feasts. Barbie, like, I'm trying to think of what now would get me out to the theater. Like, I had a strong shot at going to see the Apes movie that was very visually
I saw that.
Pumped, like,
that's taken 128 million so far. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it did pretty good.
Or something that's got like a real big visual impact, like Barbie, or I'm trying to think of the last movie that really blew me away visually, like Crazy Rich Asians. That was a crazy movie to see in the theater.
Oh, sure.
Look at Detroit Grit. Thank you for being here, man. Great freaking topic. Great point.
Yeah, we got some. Is this? Did you ever get a chance to dress up in the Little Caesars outfit like Sean did, Detroit?
Yeah, we'll talk about it later.
We'll get back to that.
I don't know, Brian. Traditionally, like you mentioned, I went to see 29 years ago. I went to see Casper in the theater. Probably on this weekend, if it was a Memorial Day release.
And that's what it was, Memorial Day weekend.
This year, I didn't. You're saying that maybe it means that people are out doing other things out in the world? I don't think so. I think if people aren't going to the theater, particularly if there are really interesting movies, like a prequel to a real, like, kind of cultural event that the first of this instance of Mad Max was, I think it probably means that people aren't out and about, that people are eating watermelon on their couch the way that I was.
That Mike would friggin' do it.
I had to work. I got to do my Memorial Day today.
Good to see you, Maniac.
Jeremy,
good to see you, man.
Up,
Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. Good to see you, man. Yeah, you're right, Mike. People are probably, just going about doing their thing. It is a lot of fucking money, and I think that's also a sign. But I just know the business is not going to be happy about this. And Furiosa, I really expected more. But then again, look at what Fury Road did. Overall, made $380.4 million. So I mean, still, that was again $170 million. So they made their money back, and it took 7 years to convince the studio to do another one. But George Miller said he had 2 more movies. Like, they want to do 2 more. They want to do Furiosa and, of course, Wasteland combined with this when they actually had the whole success of Fury Road. But, I think this is it. I think we're done going to the Mad Max world. I think we're done. And, this IP may lay to rest. The IP-ness might be permanently flaccid. That's all I'm saying.
We got Borderlands coming up too. So like this kind of IP is going to be saturated.
I'm not even interested in that. Like, I played those games. I know that story. I don't want to see it. It just doesn't look like it's
crazy,
for me.
Dude.
The cast is ridiculous. What's Kate Blanchett doing there? What are you doing, Kate?
I don't know. I want to see it. I'll check it out. Coming out in August, though. Sometimes you see some in August. They're like not as faithful or excited about it.
See me in August. We'll see. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. After July, I don't know if you'll be excited for August, because July still can't come soon enough. But
it's true.
True. I got to tell you what, though. July definitely can come soon enough for somebody else. And that's Alec Baldwin, who's going to court, everybody. And also, we got to put this arrest in the Kruse court. Should he be going to court? Should this be happening? It's time for you, Alec Baldwin, to go to Kruse court. Come on. Alec Baldwin, everybody. So recently, Alec Baldwin was trying to get all the charges dropped one more time for the Rust charges. He tried to get it stopped. He's like, this is it. I'm done with this. And the judge came back and said, no, not going to happen, buddy. So now he is going to court in July. Now, he was saying the reason why his whole defense was coming forward, saying because there were issues with the way that their most recent indictment was held against Alec Baldwin and the way it was constructed. They didn't believe that it was instructed appropriately. And on top of that, the manner they represented to a grand jury all the facts, again, was a reason he thought throw out the case. And the judge said, no way, we're moving forward. And here's the judge, Mary Marillo Summers said, it's just no way. This happens moving forward. In July, you are going to trial Alec Baldwin. And here's what I say. Is this the end? Or will they have one more chance? I don't think it's an appeal anymore. I think we're done. I think if you ask me, I think this is it for Alec Baldwin. He's going to go to trial. And because they took it this far, there must be enough facts to nail something on him. I just think that's what it is. But it's time to go on the Kruse court. I put everybody in the stand and tell me what they think. Do you defend Alec Baldwin? Should they have thrown this case out? Or does he have no chance and he's going to court? And now it's up for the jury to decide. Mike, what do you think? Do you promise to tell me the truth? Do you defend Alec Baldwin? The whole truth and nothing but the truth, Mr. Casey.
I'll tell you the truth. I won't do any jokes or I won't say the opposite of what I actually believe.
Get on the stand.
Oh, man.
Alec Baldwin. Thank goodness you've had this repeated controversy to bolster your career at this time in your life. Dude, I'm so sick of hearing about this. Like, can we just either let's throw him in jail forever, put him in maximum security, lock him the fuck up, so he's gonna have to frickin' teach a pigeon to fly to my house with a note if I ever want to hear about him again, because I am sick of this and I am done with it. Yeah, dude, no, you don't. If it's a live bullet on set, it's nobody's fault. Whoever brought the live bullet onto set, like, come on, it doesn't matter if he pulled the trigger or not.
So, Mike, is he guilty?
Guilty of what? What are the charges, Brian?
Mike, he's
guilty. He's guilty. Put him away. Never let him see the sun again.
So Mike's on the fence.
Hung jury.
Oh man, that's rough. It's really tough, guys.
And Detroit said too, I'm not trying to say he's not partially to blame, but don't they have a prop manager? Well, that's the whole thing. They had the armorer, and the armorer, she went down. And the fact that she went down, they're going after him. I think they're going to try to nail him now with something, at least. Sean, what do you think? Should this be thrown out? Or tell me the truth. Yes, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. Is Alec Baldwin definitely going on trial for the Rust charges? You're on the stand.
I think he's going to trial. I just think it's gonna be a goddamn circus. I don't see how he can be held responsible for this. It's not like he signed off personally on the bullets. He was handed something. He's an actor. He did his thing, right? Like, he's not a trained gunman, as far as I know. I mean, he was in that movie where he had to fight a bear or something with Anthony Hopkins, right? And he was fucking Anthony Hopkins' wife. So he was guilty of that. Hold him accountable for that one, I guess. If Rust ever comes out, maybe they'll play that in court, and then you can decide from there. But I just of course he's going to go to court. That just seems to be the case. I figured like they did the thing to the armorer. She got 18 months or something like that. Like, they're just going to do this for him too, just because he's the next guy on the totem pole, I guess. I can't imagine that I just don't see how he gets convicted for this kind of shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to defend Alec Baldwin. I think that's silly. The man doesn't need that. Because I hear he's not great either way. I know he was mean to his daughter, right? He's guilty of that. Can we say he's guilty of that, right? I called her a pig, right? Am I crazy?
Oh, yeah.
That happened?
Yeah. That's a lot.
Anywho, I don't want to defend this guy. He'll go to court. He'll get his day in court, but I can't imagine that they're going to find him guilty. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Well, Sean doesn't think he'll be guilty. Mike is on the fence. No.
Put him away.
Mike thinks he'll be guilty.
Throw the book at him.
We've been talking about this way too long. Of course, we'll tell you about when it actually ends. But the point of the Kruse court, I'm going to stand too quickly. Alec Baldwin, you were not getting away from this. Not at all. I'm sorry at the end of the day you were not getting away from this. As we've seen the chat, we've talked about multiple times on the show, when you're a producer, it doesn't matter. When you sign that little contract, you are held responsible in a lot of ways. And some stuff came out that you were actually cutting her, the new armorer's training. That's another whole thing they're going after you for. Again, they're saying you didn't pull the trigger, or you say you didn't pull the trigger, the gun shows you did pull the trigger. I don't think that matters in the day. I think what matters is that you are a producer and they will try to hit you with this, especially if she was messed up and her training was canceled. And on top of that, you knew that they were hiring somebody that wasn't able to do the job because you fired the actual armorer. And there was live guns being shot. And a lot of fucking shit was wrong about this whole thing, and they're trying to make an example out of it. So you were fucked from the get-go. Even if you didn't pull the trigger, you were fucked. So at the end of the day, Alec Baldwin, you're going to trial, man. And best of luck in your future endeavors. And I think
he'll be fine.
He'll be fine.
Fine.
I think at that, though, at the end of the day, for Alec Baldwin, I don't think it'll be that great. I think he's probably going to have some issues moving forward. And I think the verdict is in. You're going to court, buddy. Mr. Baldwin goes to Washington. You're going to court, buddy.
That's the verdict, is that you got to go to court.
You got to go to court.
You got to
You
propose
knew
a
that was
bill.
going to happen.
And I think at the end of the day, I think he's going to be found guilty of something. What it's going to be, that's up to you to decide, jury.
Hey, when's he going to court? When's that happening?
In July.
I got
July 9th.
Damn, I got jury duty in June. Shit.
Well,
right.
You're not going to be there.
Could have been on this case. Shit.
But best of luck to you, Alec Baldwin. Best of luck to you. Anyways, we got more to talk about, so now it's time for us to get into it. All right. Now it's time for us to get into it. I just want to talk about Knives Out 3 very quickly because some more news came out about Knives Out 3. And I love the first two. I love these whodunit movies. I've talked about on the show multiple times. But now we have some more casting coming forward. And of course, Daniel Craig is back. We knew that was going to happen. But on top of that, we have Rian Johnson back, writing, directing it. The plot details are still kind of scarce, but I love the way of Andrew Scott attached to this. And if you don't know him, I love him in the action in as Moriarty in all of the Sherlock Holmes things for the BBC. He's so fucking good. And I think that he brings a new dynamic. He'll probably be a villain in this. He has to be a villain in this. I'm really excited to see how they match up against each other. And what will happen in this new one? Well, Rian Johnson's got this one planned, maybe one more on top of that. I think they're just going to keep rocking and rolling with these movies for a long time. And I bet they'll be good. We also have Priscilla Starr coming in here too. Kaylee Spady to be cast in here is another role we don't really know about. And Josh O'Connor from Challengers with Zendaya also cast this. So they're rounding up the cast right now, getting that together, ready to start rocking and rolling this summer shooting. And then a release coming out sometime in 2025. And I just want to know what's going to be. Like, what's happening? Daniel Craig, a little like voicing they put out, and he said, in the beginning, the knives came out. Then behold, the glass was shattered. But my most dangerous case yet is about to be revealed. And maybe it will be. And will it be the best one? We'll have to wait and find out when Knives Out comes out. Knives Out comes out, everybody. We get our Knives Out funds out. No, that was bats out. I don't know. Mr. Mike Casey, are you excited about Knives Out 3 moving forward right now with Rian Johnson? You like the casting and all? Do you think this will be a good hit? Will they keep going forward? Or will the third one be the nail in the coffin and the knives will be pulled out? Ugh! Or maybe pushed in harder and twisted, and that'll be it for this franchise moving forward.
Nasty. It would leave a lasting wound if you did it like that.
Yes, it would. How do you feel, Mike?
I thoroughly enjoyed at least the very first Knives Out movie, Brian. I only do that because I totally cribbed it for one of my voice acting roles that I was doing. Scooter Gastro. He's a guy that's got a he's like an evil maniac with a giant aquarium that he's got all these contractors building. Very evil, very James Bondy.
Very much.
I don't know. I thought the last Knives Out was interesting too. This Moriarty guy, what's that actor's name?
Yeah, freaking Andrew Scott, man.
Yeah, he's incredible. Like he's funny or interesting in everything that he's in. He wasn't in either of the first ones, was he? Am I missing something?
No.
He's the new reveal
No,
for the
he's
third
new.
one?
He's the new reveal.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible. That's perfect casting because presumably he's a bad guy or he's a good guy that has a twist at some point. Like, so I'm just really happy to see him on. I really need to rewatch the second one because there was a lot going on in that movie. Like, the mystery part wasn't that mystifying, but there's a lot of moving parts and it's very kind of intricate and colorful and character based. Like, so I enjoyed it for the kind of little puzzle it was attempting to be, even if the payoff for the whole thing wasn't the same way. Yeah, dude, bringing Moriarty to that situation, like that's I don't know, maybe his rep called in was like, dude, you need this guy in your series. Like,
dude, he's so fucking good. I love him. He's so freaking good. And I think that he brings a lot of like star power to this. And of course, right now he's been on another show and everybody's freaking going nuts. He might be Emmy nominated because of this too. Netflix Ripley, and people are raving about that performance as well. So maybe he's gonna bring some kind of special, like something oomph to this, some special sauce. What do you think, Sean? I know we get some chatter in the chat saying like, do we even want to see another one of these things?
I'll stream it, Racer. Come on.
Yeah, I'll watch.
You're not going to stream it, Racer?
Of course I will. I might go to the theater for this. I would consider going to the theater for this. I love the first two. I like me a mystery. I like me goofy, change up. Think you see kind of lying to you stuff. Some Ocean's 11 kind of bullshit thrown at you. He was wonderful in Fleabag. So I'm excited to kind of see what he brings to it. I think he acted, wasn't he? He was in Spectre as well, opposite this guy, right?
Was he?
Am I crazy?
Yeah,
I thought so. I thought he was in Spectre. I could be wrong there. But no, I think they've got, they got a great cast. They'll make a cool little funny, goofy mystery with sight gags and little things to kind of mislead you. But Daniel Craig is really why people show up for this movie and this kind of movie. And he acts all over the fucking place, and it's great. So I'm excited to see this. I don't know when the fuck is this coming out? When is this coming out? I don't know.
Not until 2025, man. We got some time.
Great, we have some time. So why are we even arguing about it? We don't
2025
even know
can't come soon enough for Sean then.
Sure, yeah. No, give me 8 more Knives Out. Like, again, like, I love the approach of again, just showing you, like, you got a good character, just throw them into different situations. They can just be one and done little stories, and it's fine. There's no larger connected universe. I don't need to see Goldie Hawn's character show up. Or did she die in the last? Spoiler alert, right?
Jamie Lee Curtis was great. Dave Bautista was great.
Dave Bautista died, though, in the last one, right?
Incredible.
Batista was great.
Friend of the show.
Bautista, oh my God, give him 1 million more jobs. I want to never see that man not working. The last one came out during COVID, right? Was it like
yeah, Netflix it was released. It was released to Netflix, I think, exclusively, right? Or like just
Well, yeah, because it was like Netflix's deal was like $450 million for 2 movies or something like that. Like, it's some stupid movie, some stupid amount, because they loved the first one so much. And the first one, I think, had a limited release, but then was on Netflix pretty quickly too. Yeah, it was a trilogy. Okay, all right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. Yeah,
I love Daniel Craig. I think he's fun. His like Southern accent's so like weird too. Like for him, it just comes out of nowhere. You're like, oh, it works so for some reason. Mr. Mike Casey, do you have an intellectual comment to give us?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you guys watched on Apple TV? Have you guys seen the After Party? It's a mystery. Have you guys seen the show, The After Party?
I only saw season 1.
I haven't watched it.
It's mystery comedy, like with kind of a reveal and a progression and red herrings and misdirects. Like if you're a bunch of UCB comedians, that kind of crew. Ben Schwartz is one of the big guys from the first season. Sam Richardson. I'm a big Sam Richardson
Franco
fan too.
James No, not what's the lower Franco.
Baby Frank.
David
Franco.
Dave Franco. Yeah, he was. He was good. He was the guy that died.
Here's a round of applause, Dave Franco.
Guys, do yourself a favor. Check out the After Party. Great viewing. Just fun and light.
Yeah. Have you seen both seasons?
Yeah,
they're both good.
Second season pick up where the first one left off, or is it self-contained?
New mystery, but a couple of the same characters.
Cool. Oh, nice. Hey, Sam Richardson can do no wrong in my eyes either. So it's fine.
Detroit native.
Hey,
D-Town.
Tim Robinson, Sam Richardson. I'm there for
it. Well, I'm excited about this. I know there's some chatter in the chat. Maybe they don't want to see it, but I think it is fun. Whodunit stuff is always fun to me. I'll watch any Whodunit shit. It's just like, even that one, the Death in the Nile one they did was in like Venice. I think not Venice. It was in in Venice? Yeah, I think it was in Venice. That was really cool too. I thought they had a great job with that. Yeah, that's one. Right. Fun. It's just fun stuff. Like, I mean, I'll watch whatever. Is that a whodunit? I don't know what that is.
It's a 9/11 joke. Don't worry about
it. Oh, okay. That's.
So it was about 200 episodes ago that Brian let us know he's a real proponent of murder. He's a big fan of murder.
Slashing away.
The fact that he's a judge that takes the witness stand.
We know
he's a supporter.
He is.
Yeah, someone's got to do it. Got to take control by those cojones and just fucking ride the wave until you find the promised land,
Sure.
That's what they say. That's the old that's that old chestnut.
I got that on a pillow.
You take that chestnut, shine it off. It's about taking that chestnut and squirreling it away until you find another day. That's what it's about.
Until you find a segue, Brian. Where are you going
find a segue? But speaking about shining up that chestnut.
Yeah. Shine it up.
DC's been trying to figure that thing out because they've been nuts for years of their fucking content. But now they got Lanterns coming forward, and you got Marvel launching a new Vision movie, or I should say Vision series. Is it called Vision Quest? Who fucking knows? But who will win now? Marvel TV or DC TV? Because to me, it kind of feels like DC might have a stronger show moving forward. And that leads me to our feature story of the night. When you look at both these shows, like Lanterns, James Gunn really found like the crew for this right now. He's got on this right now. So the Bible and the pilot script and all that was actually created by three guys. You got Damon Lindelof, who did 2019's Watchmen on HBO, so people love that show. You got Chris Mundy, who does True Detective and Ozark, who created both those and did a lot of writing for those. And you also have Tom King, who did Heroes. And so like you have this new superhero team smashed up to make this Lantern show. And they already said it's supposed to be very much like True Detective. And I think that has a good fucking feel to it. It's like the Lanterns kind of trying to solve crimes. Now before they were going to have it centered around, with Finn Witwick was going to come in here to play this part. I remember because I was working with Finn on American Horror Story and he was super excited about it. But then they changed everything. They had a new refocus and they're focusing on Jon Stewart now. When initially they're going to be on Guy Gardner and Alan Scott. And now they just push that away. And of course, we saw they have Nathan Fillion coming in as Guy Gardner for this as well. But they're going to say this whole Lanterns thing is supposed to be a big thing over there on Max, pushing a dramatic form of a detective type Lantern show, which sounds pretty fucking dope to me. And now you have Marvel going back to, which I would say is probably one of their most successful shows over there on Marvel, right, Sean? One of their most successful shows was WandaVision, right?
Well, yeah, my whole problem with Marvel television and WandaVision in general is they've teased these things forever. Like we're just now getting an Agatha show. Why? Vision Quest. We knew that was like being worked on since 2022. Why? What are we doing?
So
now?
long.
It's way too long, man.
That's why, like, I heard about the Vision Quest thing too, Sean. And it's like, if you don't hear about this, like, of course, they had White Vision appeared in WandaVision, and they talked about this for a long time. Again, it's kind of like the Blade thing, where it's like, oh, we're going to do that, but then it's delayed. Oh, we're going to do that, but then it's delayed. Oh, it's going to happen. I mean, now it's, like, and Paul Bettany's still going to come back for this. And they have the writer, creator, I should say the showrunner, Terry Malice coming in, who did Star Trek Picard, which was a great fucking series. Good show. That kind of makes me excited about it a little bit. But since 2022, this is supposed to come, and now we're finally getting it. Will Vision get his memory back? Will he find her again? Will him and Scarlet Witch become a family with their fake kids from a different dimension? Sean, which of these do make sense to you? And will either of these be like monumentally great for the brand, or DC and Marvel both going to fail because Marvel's TV has not been doing as good as they want it to be?
I think expectations are super low for the Vision show, just because the fact that it's taken so long to get here. There was no Vision in no Vision appearance, I guess, in the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, which again had Scarlet Witch as the main bad guy, right? You expected that to show up, especially after I can't remember if I think this was confirmed. The last episode of WandaVision received like an update a couple months or something like that before Multiverse of Madness. I couldn't be remembering the timeline incorrectly, but you saw the outline of Vision kind of hovering over the cabin where Wanda was going over the Darkhold, and like, oh, maybe he's gonna show up and be integral, and then nothing. There was no fucking point of White Vision. It was weird. So super low expectations for Vision in whatever format this comes out. I doubt he's going to make an appearance in this Agatha show. Again, low expectations, getting even lower depending on how the Agatha show goes. Taking a look at the DC slate, nothing but super high expectations, right? The background of this show is stocked. It's loaded, baby. These are some heavy fucking hitters.
Right.
And I want to see some good shit done here. I was sold the moment it was described to me as True Detective meets Green Lanterns. Like, to me, that just fucking makes so much fucking sense. I'm very excited about this. For those, everyone knows what Green Lantern Corps is. I don't need to talk about it or anything. We can get this Ryan Reynolds picture off of there. But even having one of these people involved with this project, like, to me, gets it excited. But to have all of them, it's just such a stacked deck. I have super high expectations for Green Lantern in whatever show that they kind of ultimately go here. Tom King, to me, I think has been one of my favorite writers in the past couple years, especially on the comic side. He's breathed new life into a lot of these disparate characters. He's done a lot of like mini series that kind of take a look at unused characters from D list level thing and kind of bring them up and makes you care.
What did he write, Sean? All I was looking at was his IMDb page, which really just came up with Supergirl.
Yeah, no. The last thing that he did was I really enjoyed Danger Street. Take a look at Danger Street. It's a 12-issue series. It essentially it actually kind of has like this mythos kind of like narration from Dr. guys. It's taking characters like the Green Team, which were a bunch of like teenage billionaires in the 80s, and bringing them in. It was Metamorpho was in there, Warlord, it was a crazy fucking team, crazy fucking story, and yet you cared about these characters. You cared about the way it was paced was really fucking good. What else do I got on here? Oh my god, the Human Target. I was when Fall Guy came out, I was like, you motherfuckers, you should have done Human Target. Human Target was a beautiful series that came out this year and last year as well. But really well done with a character that no one really gave a shit with since the 80s, early 90s. So Tom King has been fantastic. He's writing Wonder Woman right now, and people have been claiming that's been pretty fucking good. I'll say it again, Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, fantastic. Go read that yesterday. Really good. I mean, but again, yeah, the deck is stacked for this show. highest of high expectations for everything that James Gunn has done, and I think it's only going to get like harder for that, to be honest with you. The closer that we get to any of his properties, any of this phase 1 stuff that he laid out, as soon as that starts coming out, it's gonna really start up in the ante, and I think Marvel's gonna have to play catch up. I feel like they've kind of missed the boat in terms of really building off the success of WandaVision, and to have this long line, like I know that they've gotten their druthers or their beatings because they're focusing on characters no one really cared about. The Miss Marvel show, it was fine. It had its moments. It definitely wasn't the show I think people expected. Same thing with Hawkeye. You wanted more Jeremy Renner in it. You didn't get enough Jeremy Renner. I understand you're mad about that. Whatever. And then to get a show like Echo was a little weird, right? Like they just kind of cast too wide of a net. And now they're like, well, shit, we still have these toys that you enjoy. We'll just put it back in front, right? All those rumors about bringing back or wanting to get, Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, get the band back together.
I think it could still happen.
I'm sure it can. It's just to me, it screams mismanagement and lost opportunity, to be honest with you. So, yeah, Marvel stock going down, DC stock going up. And that's my 2 cents. There you go.
I think so too. When it comes to the TV world, you're right. The WandaVision thing was so long ago now. They should have jumped this gun like years ago. As soon as that was done, they should have gone into production. They should have had it written as a 2-part deal. And then we got into Envision Quest, and wherever that's what's called there. That's the rumored name for a title for it. But we have no idea if it will be called Vision Quest.
I feel like I've been hearing Vision Quest for like a decade at this point. I feel like I've been hearing it for. It probably hasn't been, but it's been at least 6 or 7 years I've been hearing this fucking thing.
It feels like it. I think it feels like it, man. But I just they were riding such a big wave off WandaVision. And then, a lot of these shows, they had some hits and some misses. And I just think, now there's old desperation coming down at Disney where they're like, hey, we're going to start cutting back these shows. We're going to do less movies. We're going to hear, Bob Iger talk about that. You hear Kevin Feige talk about it. I just think right now they're trying to figure out what they're doing. And you're right. There's a Hail Mary to bring everybody back. And I think Deadpool Wolverine's going to start tying into that world. But maybe it's the X-Men, that actually fix everything. Again, I don't know,
Sorry, two more Tom King plugs real quick. He actually wrote a fantastic Vision story, over 12 issues as well. It imagined the Vision basically kind of trying to re-find his humanity by creating a wife and 2 kids and living a suburban life. It's very weird. Definitely
seems similar.
Yeah, right.
Something that we've seen. Yeah.
I wonder if that's going to be the focus of the show. Somewhere. It'll be interesting. And then the other one is Mr. Miracle. Fantastic pacing, fantastic story development. Dealt a lot with PTSD and stress and anxiety in this character that is a little bit of a joke, right? This guy, his whole thing is like he can't be held down, like he's always escaping from things. He's a master escape artist. The son, the abandoned son of Highfather. Sorry, I'm getting into New Gods territory. You got to cut me off. We got to keep going. I apologize.
Or here's about, is he like Aladdin? What's going on in the chat here about, what are Green Lantern's powers?
I missed any of this stuff.
Yeah, what are Green Lantern's powers? Where Sir X was asking.
Carpet. He's got a Middle Eastern carpet.
All right.
That'll be very illustrative.
Yeah, they did, they did the Ryan Reynolds one just flopped, and he just recently watched it not too long ago, and he was like had the ring on, and he was like, it's not that bad. Oh, what's going on there?
So this is a fun one. All right. So this is from a canceled DC video game called I think Infinite Crisis or something like that, and it took characters from around the DC multiverse and imagined them in different ways, and then they all fought on a battlefield in a MOBA. You guys know what a MOBA is? I'm sure everyone knows what a MOBA. MOBA, look it up. Anyway, this is Green Lantern. So Green Lantern's power, and all Green Lanterns, revolves around the Green Ring, who you can use. Green Lanterns are strong in the willpower, basically, and they use their wing to construct hard light constructs to do things, fight battles, kill bad guys, save the universe, all that kind of good stuff. So there's that, and you can kind of see some other ones. You got Batman as a yellow lantern and as a red lantern, and also as a Green Lantern too. So that's a lot of action figures. All right, that's it. That's Green Lantern.
That's great.
Yeah,
Mike. Come on down. So, Mike, what do you feel about this? So, do you think that, like Sean's saying, that this seems like a better idea what DC's doing now with the Lantern series, or do you think that Marvel still has one trick up their sleeve when it comes to Vision, and he's gonna have that magical WandaVision just glow, shine right back through into your face, and make you believe in Marvel once more than DC?
I'd like to thank Sean. I think that was a very instructive demonstration. I felt like you were gonna bring the banana and the condom to the front of the class for a moment, just to show us, the practical realities of how this kind of thing happens. I don't know, Brian. Like, it seems like DC has been trying to do like the PG-15 complement to the Disney Marvel more PG-13 take kind of for a little while now. And they failed the Green Lantern repeatedly. It's interesting because we've brought this up many times on this show that there is, I don't know if it's just a case of pressure getting to them, because there's so much potential. There's so much depth to the Green Lantern like canon. Like, it's so interesting, and it delves across like the whole backdrop of the whole DC universe. So I can understand why executives would be a little bit like reticent to kind of even dip a toe into that, because you kind of start tugging that you might affect the whole of your universe. But the thing is, you can't shy away, because that's where some of the deepest stories are told. And just now, when Sean brought out the model, I was like, oh yeah, this superpower is great for the medium of comic books, because before we could do this stuff on the big screen, like if we just have a guy whose power is that he can create things that he imagines, essentially, like that's just perfect for the drawn visual medium. What do I think? Do I think this has a bigger shot up against Vision? Is that what you're asking? If I weigh those,
what do you
together?
think? Yeah,
I want to believe, Brian. So the credits, these guys, we've got this hard hitter Tom King, right? We got Damon Lindelof of Watchmen. He did very interesting stories with that. Good visual adaptation. What the other guy did. Damon Lindelof also did Ozarks. One of them did Ozarks. One of them was on True Detective. I mean, that just shows that they're really like kind of trying to. There's going to be a lot of character development, is what I see.
You need that. You really need that. 100%. Green Lantern stuff for sure.
For
like
Green
I
Lantern,
think that. Yeah, that was the problem with the original take of Green Lantern. It was just like cocky flyboy.
Fluffy,
go ahead.
Yeah.
There wasn't a lot to it.
I mean, maybe like at a 1950s, 1960s Silver Age, like pass, like okay, but that's not where
a lot's been done with Hal Jordan as a character, and that's why I really hope we don't get a Hal Jordan in this Lantern series. Like, the character is a little overdone at this point. It's been around too long. Like, you have Jon Stewart, who is, of course, he had a great run and great use on the Justice League animated series. You guys might remember that one. Guy Gardner showed up half a dozen times in different ways, but that character, of course, I think, right, he's going to be in Superman. I think that was announced a long time ago.
He's going to be in Superman. That's Nathan Fillion.
Yeah, like the whole, I totally feel that, Mike. There's a lot of layers to that onion, the Green Lantern onion. Just even getting into the whole emotional spectrum and color palettes and worlds and central batteries and guardians and Cordians and the weaponers. Oh boy. Oh no. Sorry. It all just comes out of the head.
What do you think they have to do to get it right, Sean? If Green Lantern is going to be the thing that makes DC a legitimate competitor with Marvel cinematically, what is going to be the foothold that makes it happen for them?
For me, I think the issue that Green Lantern is always like, oh, this guy showed great strength in moments of weakness, right? Like, he helped a little old lady over a car. He befriended a dying alien, and that means he gets this power, right? Like, to me, it always felt like too circumstantial, and it was too easy of an origin story, right? Like, I really appreciated. Sorry, going back to comic books. Big fucking surprise. Superman Red.
We're talking about story.
I know.
We're talking about what makes a story succeed for a big audience.
Yeah.
It makes sense, Sean.
I want like the concept of a intergalactic space cop coming in and grounding it with a character you can relate to is one thing, but making them care about the implications of that character succeeding, I think, are completely another thing, because the scale gets too big for the human television audience to really understand.
Totally.
There's an issue there. What I was going to say is one of the best, I think, interesting takes of Hal Jordan in the past 10, 15, 20 years, 15 years, something like that. Superman Red Son. Mark Millar's take on Superman as if he had landed, instead of in Kansas, he lands in Soviet Russia, grows up to be this big communist guy, and it's fantastic. Soviet guy, and it's wonderful. The take on Green Lantern there is that it was actually a guy that survived a Vietnam prison camp, and how he did it in just constructing a prison in his mind and slowly but surely making a situation better and better. And you saw that growth, in a few panels. It wasn't like a complete thing, but for me, it felt very understandable. This was long time coming. This guy is a master of this because of what he's gone through and understanding it. And then of course it all falls apart because Americans treat it just give it to all the pilots. That's fine. So yeah, so I want to see. It needs to be grounded enough for you to give a shit and give enough of a basis for why this person has become a Green Lantern for the show to work for me. There.
You got to make Hal Jordan's mom named Martha, right?
It's all Martha.
Of course.
It's Martha's all the way down. Everyone's a Martha.
If you're in the Justice League, your mother's name is Martha. That's it.
You have to. They get. Yeah, it's all name changes at that point.
It's a prerequisite,
Yeah.
Your name's Martha. My name's Martha.
I do appreciate the chat about the exploration of the fact that yes, Green Lantern's weakness was yellow, and that was extrapolated. That the weakness in the ring was because of yellow. The parallax. There you go. Exactly. In All-Star Batman, when Jim Lee did that.
All-Star Batman? Was he like a
All-Star
superstar?
Batman? No, it was okay. How much time you got, Brian?
Well, we got about
a couple minutes.
We got a few minutes.
Whatever. All right. All-Star Batman. They did a really fun gag on a Green Lantern where Batman and Robin painted an entire room yellow and then was like, "Come get us, Green Lantern. What the fuck you gonna do?" And it was kind of funny. It was poking fun at the absurdity of a easy, understandable joke in the 1950s, 60s, whenever the fuck this character came about, and then trying to modernize it and being like, this is still kind of silly that you consider that's the drawback to this magical ring that charges itself reciting a nursery rhyme, and can physically make giant boxing gloves appear in the sky. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird.
It's weird. And how can a color be a weakness, though? That's what Racer X says. Well, I think it's because they're powered by colors. So the green infuses them, and then the yellow is the negative energy, right? The yellow is the negative energy.
Fear. Yellow is fear.
Okay,
right.
so
it's about fear, it's about wavelengths,
and the joy.
Okay. It's about vibrations, Racer X.
So this is Batman in the Sinestro Corps, and
shit.
Yellow power rings, and they're about you have the power to instill great fear, and so that's that one. There you go.
That's great for Batman.
That looks like Force Lightning to me.
Let me show you fear.
It's actually hard light bats, because that's Batman's so obsessed with bats. As soon as he gets a power ring, he just makes more bats.
Blast bats at him.
The man loves the bats. What can I say?
True. Giant boxing gloves.
He's projecting his own fears.
Half of these characters, whenever they got these powers, all they would do is make giant boxing gloves, because that was one of the easiest things to draw.
That just means that they have no imagination. That's the artist trying to let the reader know the internal reality of the person who possesses the ring, Sean.
One ring to rule them all, Mike. One ring to rule them all.
There were two Green Lanterns introduced in the last couple of years that I would be really excited to see. One of them is Jessica Cruz. I can't remember the other guy's name, but he was Muslim, and it was a really interesting take on the character. But yeah, I don't know. Again, there's a lot to pull from Green Lantern, a lot of ways. And again, it's like, how do you go so deep and explain the fact that this is an intergalactic thing, but also make it grounded and realistic for a television
You can go
audience?
deep. You
I know,
go
baby.
Deep.
I know, buddy. We could all go. We could all go count. Yeah, baby. Why not?
But no, I just think it's honestly a great idea. You turn it into, like you said, like an interstellar cop, like a space detective out there, and it's like a whole group of them coming in, and you have like the biggest crime that goes down that has these traces of yellow energy, of fear everywhere. I just think it could be cool. It could be really cool. And there's an idea there that as long as you get these right minds and they have some kind of cohesive story, it could like reinvigorate the DC universe when it comes to Maxiverse.
The potential is there.
Exactly.
It's a tough.
And Paul Bettany seems
narrow.
Like whatever at this point. Like when I think about that, I'm like Vision. Who cares now at this point? I'm like, who cares?
The deck is so obviously stacked for DC. They're taking their time. They're trusting James Gunn's vision. They're slowly but surely getting things going. They're taking their time with it, being very.
Wrong button.
Okay, that's great. That's great.
I think you meant to say this one, Brian. Oh yeah, snap into a Slim Jim.
Dig it. Nah, that gives me agita.
All right, Peppy.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
How this one? Here we go.
Oh yeah.
There you go. There you go.
I'll take that. Yeah. It's the deck's stacked, man. And DC has got nothing but promise and potential. And Marvel is like, don't disappoint us again, please. Even though that's all we're expecting from you.
Why would you need Green Lantern in a murder case? Because he can form knives with his hands and he can stab bitches. He can Edward Scissorhands. I don't know. Because he can fly and he can fight and he can. He can't crow. But
is that a hook? A hook?
Where are we going hook on this one?
Hook?
That was a hook thing.
Wow.
I don't know what I'm saying right now. I just think because maybe they're a whole super league of detectives that have superpowers, Queen. Maybe that's what it is. And so we're not expecting to have this super detective force come in to solve the case.
It's not going to be a typical murder. It's not just going to be like,
space murder.
Honestly, whenever there is a crime scene in a comic book, like crossover miniseries, you always have a scene of Green Lanterns with their ring scanning a bullet hole or a corpse.
Is that a true thing?
Or,
That's not a true thing, is it?
They're always in there. I could pull a book right now and fucking talk about something else. Go ahead.
If he can pull it, Space Cops, I'm like, what do you think about that concept, Space Cops? Does that just sell itself?
It does. I mean, that's Green Lantern for you. Why you keep trying to buy time, Brian, and then you throw it over. I see your shenanigans. I see the whole reason that you've added this Super Mario music to the middle of hot takes. It's because you're just trying to stall for time while you work your format, do your background magic. And I'm here for it, Brian. I like
that's what she said. But no, I think that the time, I mean, it's like Space Cops, it just writes itself. And I think that if you're going to have something with Green Lantern, you can't just throw them back in like they did before. Look at the Ryan Reynolds one. People just fucking hated it. It becomes a CG mess. How do you humanize it? How do you ground it? How do you make it more realistic in today's world? You get fucking realistic directors and creators on board to ground it. That's what you do. And then you take it to the streets, man. Take it to the fucking streets if they're fucking Batman. And I think that could work really well. And again, Vision Quest, we waited a long time. Paul Bettany's going to be trying to get his memories back. Would Wanda come back? We already kind of killed her off already in a lot of ways. I mean, she's not dead, but she would have to appear. Agatha's coming. I just don't know.
That did not take long.
I fucking told you. Look at him scanning that dead body. Look at him doing it. Yeah, I fucking told you. Infinite Crisis. It's great. It's a good story. All right.
Yeah. There you go. Believe Sean. Never doubt him. And Space Cops are real. They're fucking real. So be careful where you piss in which universe, because someone will write you a ticket.
And they're afraid of yellow.
It's true.
And they're very afraid of yellow. Anyways, everybody, thank you for being here on Kruse Control. We appreciate you so much. Happy Hump Day. Hope you had a humpy day with us, as we all did here on Kruse Control. Thank you for joining us, as always. Appreciate you all. Detective Chimp made into a series. We could do something like that. That'd be cool.
That'd be great, man.
It'd be fucking great.
Justice League Dark was talked about also for a long. Sorry, Justice League Dark was talked about for a long time, and Detective Chimp was one of the main cast in that book for a long time. And I think had things turned out differently for Zack Snyder's verse, we would have gotten one. So
it would have happened, but unfortunately for Snyder, his cut hit the fucking floor. And you know what? I still liked it. I still fucking liked it. But anyway, thank you for being here. Mr. Sean Sullivan, our comic book king himself. Thank you for being here. Appreciate all the facts and knowledge and all the wisdom when it comes to the comic book world. And thank you for that little display and the thing you just gave right now. It's fucking great. Great you for the visual aids. Thank you so much.
I think tonight was a record of visual aids, and I will do my best to limit it in the future. So thank you guys. Thanks everybody in the chat. Thanks for all the love.
Mr. Mike Casey, they've been at Kruse Control as always, a resident intellectual. Thank you so much for being here, kicking ass, bringing that microphone, and smiling and showing off the guns, man. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for bringing those visual aids, Sean. Of all the varieties of aids that are out there,
it could have been so many aids.
Visual aids are my favorite to have. So thank you for that. Thanks, Brian. Thanks, Pepe. Thanks everybody in the chat. You guys are really cracking me up tonight. It was nice to see you all sincerely. So I hope to see you guys again next Wednesday. This was fun. I mean, we missed Sabrina, but also, a little West Side Dude action. We got the whole the Little Caesar outfit story from Sean, and I want to know more.
There's not much else to it. I cleaned up some.
How was the bread made? How was the bread made? Does Little Caesar do his taxes on the weekend too, just like everybody else? Does he actually own a real estate industry? And that industry is massive, and it's been growing into a global chain because he had his own little theme park that came around. Can that be a thing where you can actually survive off cheesy bread? That's the question we want to know. We do. And our hot and ready's really hot and ready. Ask your mom. Anyway,
half an hour window. Go ahead. A half an hour window. Hot and ready. I wouldn't do it.
My favorite, your mom's hot and ready. Have a great night, everybody. Appreciate you so more. We will see you again on Friday for our Friday Colossal Edition. And until then, take care of yourself. Please, 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 please hump the ones you love on a hump day because they deserve it just as much as you do.
Brian, did you know the nose keeps growing? The ears keep growing too.
They keep growing. They keep fucking growing. Who knew that shit? I didn't know that shit till today. But I also didn't know that you gotta keep spreading that word. I didn't know that. You gotta keep spreading that word. You gotta tell your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, your great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandmas and grandpas that came down from Venus, Neptune, and all the green men and women from fucking the green Doctor Strange, Mr. Universe world that came down and had yellow tangerines and became babies, and they subscribed to Kruse Control with the chinchillas, the beavers, the bears, and oh my, the tigers that came and fucked a beaver, and that beaver became a fucking platypus, and that platypus came down to a koala bear and fucked him too, and they all subscribe because they do it. It's an incestual fucking animal fucking vindication fucking orgy, and they all love you. We love you too, just like the mailman, the post person, and the person who cleans your pool and washes your nuts. They subscribe. You can subscribe too. We appreciate you so much. Have a great night, and don't forget again, hump that bitch man or fucking woman or whoever the fuck you're with, or guy, girl, platypus or tree. We love you so much. Enjoy this fucking hump day. Hump it up. Fucking have a great time, because you got to. You got to hump it up. Anyways, everybody, until Friday, take care. Love y'all. Have a great night. And until then, see ya.